Welcome back to our channel Historic Coin Treasures, where we uncover hidden coin rare discoveries and the real stories behind historic currency. If you love history, treasure, and the possibility of life-changing finds, subscribe now and let's discover the next hidden fortune together. Top 1. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins that often goes unnoticed, the 1967 United States one-dime coin. Stay with me, because by the end of this video you might start looking at your pocket change very differently. And who knows, you might already have something valuable sitting right in your home. History and background. The 1967 dime comes from a very unique period in American coin history. During the mid-1960s, the United States was facing a serious coin shortage. People were hoarding silver coins because their metal value was rising. As a result, the government made a big decision to remove silver from circulating dimes and switch to a copper-nickel clad composition. The 1967 dime was part of this transition era. It was produced without a mint mark, which already makes it different from many other coins. No mint mark means it could have been struck at multiple mints, including Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, but the government chose not to identify them individually during that time to discourage collecting. This decision created mystery, and where there is mystery, collectors become very interested. Design details that make it. The 1967 dime still carries the iconic portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt on the front. His image symbolizes strength, leadership, and resilience. On the reverse side, you see the torch, olive branch, and oak branch representing liberty, peace, and strength. At first glance, it looks like any other dime. But collectors know that small differences in design, texture, and strike quality can turn an ordinary coin into something extraordinary. Rarity. And why some 1967 dimes are valuable. Now here is where things get exciting. Not all 1967 dimes are valuable, but some are extremely collectible. The value depends on several key factors. Condition is everything. Coins that are in uncirculated condition, meaning they have never been used in daily transactions, are far more valuable. These coins often have a bright shine, sharp details, and no wear on the surface. Another factor is strike quality. Some 1967 dimes were struck with exceptional clarity, showing every tiny detail perfectly. These are known as high-grade coins and are highly desired by collectors. But the real treasure lies in errors. Mint errors that make this coin rare coins are where collectors truly get excited. These mistakes happen during the minting process, and they can make a coin incredibly rare. One of the most famous errors is the double die error. This happens when the design is stamped twice slightly off alignment, creating a noticeable doubling effect on letters or numbers. If you find a 1967 dime with strong doubling, you could be looking at something special. Another error is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is not properly aligned during minting, resulting in part of the design missing. The more dramatic the off-center strike, the more valuable the coin can become. There are also clipped planchet errors, where a portion of the coin is missing due to a cutting mistake before the coin was struck. These coins have unusual shapes and are very appealing to collectors. And then there are die cracks and die breaks, which create raised lines or unusual patterns on the coin surface. While small cracks are common, large and dramatic ones can increase value significantly. Why collectors love the 1967 dime. Collectors love coins that tell a story. The 1967 dime represents a turning point in U.S. coinage. It marks the era when silver disappeared from everyday coins, making it historically important. It also carries the mystery of missing mint marks, which adds intrigue. You cannot immediately tell where it was made, and that uncertainty makes the coin more fascinating. For many collectors, the thrill is in the hunt. Searching through rolls of coins, checking every detail under a magnifying glass, and discovering something rare. That is what makes coin collecting exciting. How to check your 1967 dime. If you have a 1967 dime, take a closer look. Use a magnifying glass or even your phone camera. Check the edges, the lettering, and the details of Roosevelt's face. Look for any doubling, unusual marks, or anything that looks different from a normal coin. Pay attention to the shine and condition. Even small differences can mean big changes in value. And remember, never clean your coin. Cleaning can damage the surface and reduce its value significantly. Collectors prefer coins in their original condition, even if they look a bit worn. The excitement of imagine finding a rare error coin in your everyday change. That moment of discovery is what keeps collectors searching. It turns a simple hobby into an adventure. The 1967 dime might not look special at first, but hidden within its small size could be a story worth telling and a value worth discovering. Final thoughts and value. The 1967 one-dime coin is more than just 10 cents. It is a piece of history, a symbol of change, and for some lucky collectors, a valuable treasure. Top 2. The 2002 United States one-dime coin might look common, but for collectors and sharp-eyed treasure hunters, it holds secrets that can turn a simple 10-cent piece into something truly special. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you might start checking every coin in your pocket a little more carefully. The story behind the 2002 dime belongs to the Roosevelt dime series, a design that has been part of everyday American life since 1946. Featuring the profile of Franklin D. Roosevelt on the front, this coin represents both history and continuity. By 2002, billions of dimes had already been produced, making them seem incredibly common. But here is where things get interesting. Not every coin minted is perfect. In fact, imperfections are exactly what collectors look for. These small differences, often unnoticed by the general public, can transform an ordinary coin into a rare collectible. Minting locations and why they emit. 2002 dime was minted in two main locations, Philadelphia and Denver. Coins from Philadelphia usually have no mint mark, while Denver coins carry a small D marked T. First glance. Both types seem identical in value. However, collectors know that subtle differences in production quality, strike sharpness, and minting errors can create variations that are far more desirable. A perfectly struck coin with a clean surface and strong details can already be worth more than face value. But when you add rarity or error into the mix, the value can increase dramatically. What makes a 2002 dime rare? Let's talk about rarity, because this is where the excitement begins. A coin becomes rare not simply because it is old, but because it is difficult to find in a specific condition or with a unique feature. For the 2002 dime, rarity often comes from condition. Coins that were never circulated, meaning they were never used in everyday transactions, are much harder to find. These coins are known as mint state coins, and they can appear almost flawless. Even more valuable are coins with exceptional grading. When a coin is graded at the highest levels, it shows nearly perfect surfaces, strong luster, and sharp details. These are the coins collectors compete for. Errors that can make this coin. Well, let's get into the real treasure zone. Mint errors. These are mistakes made during the production process, and they are highly sought after. One of the most fascinating errors is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not properly aligned during minting, causing part of the design to be missing. The more dramatic the off-center strike, the more valuable the coin can become. Another important error is the double die. This occurs when the design is stamped more than once, slightly offset, creating a doubled appearance. Look closely at the letters and numbers on your coin. If they appear slightly duplicated, you might be holding something special. Then there are die cracks and cut errors. These appear as raised lines or blobs on the surface of the coin. While they may look like damage, they are actually minting flaws that collectors love. A missing clad layer error is even more rare. Modern dimes are made with layers of metal. If one layer is missing, the coin may appear discolored or lighter than usual. This type of error is extremely desirable. Why collectors love the 2002 dime? You might wonder why collectors pay attention to a coin that is not even very old. The answer is simple. Modern coins are often overlooked, which means rare pieces can slip through unnoticed. Collectors enjoy the thrill of finding hidden gems in everyday circulation. The idea that a valuable coin could be sitting in your pocket right now makes the hunt exciting. The 2002 dime represents this modern treasure hunt perfectly. It is common enough to find, yet rare enough in certain forms to be valuable. How to check your guns? Here is where you become part of the story. Take a close look at your 2002 dimes. Use good lighting and, if possible, a magnifying glass. Check the edges, the lettering, and the overall condition. Look for anything unusual. Is the design slightly off? Are the letters doubled? Does the coin look different from others? Even small details can make a big difference. The role of jury professional grading plays a huge role in determining value. Coins are graded on a scale, and even a small difference in grade can mean a big difference in price. A coin that looks perfect to the untrained eye might still have tiny flaws that affect its grade. On the other hand, a truly high-grade coin can stand out immediately with its brilliant shine and crisp details. This is why collectors often send valuable coins to grading services for authentication and evaluation. Real market interest. The market for coins like the 2002 dime is driven by collectors who are always searching for the best examples. Auctions, online marketplaces, and coin shows are filled with buyers looking for rare finds. While most 2002 dimes are only worth their face value, the rare ones can attract serious attention, especially those with errors or exceptional condition. This creates a fascinating situation where a coin that seems ordinary can suddenly become the center of bidding wars. Final tip is the next time you receive change, do not ignore those small silver coins. Take a moment to look at them, because hidden within the ordinary could be something extraordinary. Coin collecting is not just about money. It is about history, discovery, and the excitement of finding something rare where no one else is looking. And the 2002 dime is a perfect example of that hidden potential. Coin value and worth. Why most 2002 dimes in regular condition are worth 10 cents. Uncirculated high-grade coins can be worth between $5 and $20. Top 3. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating modern coins in circulation, the United States 1 dime from the year 2017. This is not just any coin. This is a piece of history that collectors are hunting for. A coin that might already be sitting unnoticed in your pocket. Stay with me, because what you are about to learn could completely change the way you look at your everyday coins forever. The story behind the 2017 dime. The 2017 dime continues the long tradition of the Roosevelt design, first introduced in 1946. It honors Franklin D. Roosevelt, a president remembered for his leadership and resilience. But while millions of these coins were produced in 2017, not all of them are the same. Some carry tiny differences, rare errors, and unique features that transform them from ordinary coins into collector treasures. Most people see a dime as just 10 cents. Collectors see details. They see mint marks, strike quality, surface condition, and most importantly, they look for the unexpected. Why some 2017 dimes are special at first glance. Every 2017 dime looks identical. But this is where the excitement begins. Hidden among millions of normal coins are rare variations and minting mistakes. These mistakes are not flaws to collectors, they are opportunities. Coins are made in high-speed processes, and sometimes the machines create imperfections. These imperfections are what collectors dream of finding. Errors that make the 2017 dime valuable. Let's talk about the types of errors that can turn a simple 2017 dime into something truly valuable. One of the most exciting is the double die error. This happens when the design is accidentally stamped twice at slightly different angles. The result is a visible doubling of letters or numbers. If you look closely at the date or the word Liberty and see a shadow-like duplicate, you might be holding something rare. Another important error is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is not properly aligned during minting. Part of the design may be missing, shifted, or incomplete. The more dramatic the off-center strike, the more desirable the coin becomes. Then there are clipped planchets. These coins appear as if a small section has been cut out of the edge. This happens before the coin is struck, making it a genuine mint error. Die cracks and cut errors are also highly collectible. These show raised lines or blobs of metal on the surface of the coin, caused by damaged minting dies. Each crack tells a unique story, making every coin one of a kind. Mint marks and their 2017 dime was minted in different locations, mainly Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins from San Francisco are usually proof coins, made with extra care and often having a mirror-like finish. Collectors often look for mint marks such as P, D, or S. While most of these coins are common, certain combinations of mint mark, condition, and error can dramatically increase value. Condition is even without errors. The condition of a coin plays a huge role in its value. A coin that looks brand new with sharp details and no scratches is far more valuable than one that has been heavily used. Collectors use grading systems to evaluate coins. Terms like uncirculated, mint state, and proof indicate higher quality. A perfect or near-perfect 2017 dime can be surprisingly valuable, especially if preserved carefully. Hidden treasures in your pocket. There's what makes this story even more exciting. These coins are still in circulation. That means anyone can find one. You don't need to be a professional collector or spend thousands of dollars. All you need is curiosity, patience, and attention to detail. Every time you receive change, you have a chance. Every coin you examine could be the one that stands out. the one that carries an error, the one that collectors are searching for. Imagine the thrill of discovering that a coin you almost ignored is actually worth far more than you ever expected. Why collectors love modern coins like 2017 dime. Yes, modern coins like the 2017 dime are fascinating because they are accessible. Unlike ancient or extremely old coins, these are still within reach. Yet, they carry the same excitement, the same mystery, and sometimes even greater surprises. Collectors love the challenge of finding rare errors in modern coins. It feels like a treasure hunt happening in real time. And the best part is, new discoveries are still being made. How to check your fun's start? By looking at the date and mint mark. Then examine the coin under good lighting. A magnifying glass can help reveal tiny details that are easy to miss. Look closely at the lettering, the numbers, and the edges. Check for anything unusual. If something doesn't look right, it might actually be exactly what collectors are looking for. Take your time. The more coins you examine, the better your eye becomes. The excitement of the into coin collecting is not just about money. It is about discovery. It is about history. It is about finding something rare in the most unexpected places. The 2017 dime represents this perfectly. It reminds us that even in today's fast-paced world, there are still hidden treasures waiting to be found. So next time you see a dime, don't ignore it. Take a closer look. Because that small coin might carry a story, a rarity, and a value far beyond its simple appearance. Top 4. Today we are diving into a fascinating world that most people overlook every single day, a world hiding right inside your pocket, your drawer, or even that old jar of coins sitting quietly in your home. And that is the world of rare dimes from the United States of America. Now imagine this: you are holding a simple-looking one-dime coin from the year 2016. Nothing flashy, nothing extraordinary at first glance, just a small, silver-colored coin that many people would spend without a second thought. But what if I told you that some of these very coins could be worth far more than just 10 cents? What if one tiny detail, one rare error, or one perfect condition could turn this everyday coin into something collectors are willing to pay serious money for? Stay with me, because what you are about to hear might change the way you look at your coins forever. The 2016 one dime belongs to what is known as the Roosevelt dime series, a design that has been in circulation since 1946, featuring the profile of Franklin D. Roosevelt on the front and a torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. This design is familiar to millions, but within familiarity sometimes lies hidden rarity. In 2016, the United States Mint produced dimes in large quantities across different mint locations, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. And while most of these coins were made for everyday use, some special versions and rare errors slipped through the cracks, creating opportunities for collectors and treasure hunters. Let us talk about what makes a 2016 dime truly valuable, because not all coins are created equal, and the difference between a regular coin and a rare one often comes down to 3 key factors: condition, mint mark, and errors. First, condition is everything in the coin collecting world. A coin that looks worn, scratched, or dull will usually only be worth its face value, but a coin that appears almost perfect with sharp details, brilliant shine, and no signs of wear is what collectors call uncirculated or even mint state, and these coins can command significantly higher prices, especially if graded at the highest levels. Imagine a 2016 dime that has never been touched by rough hands, never spent in stores, and has remained preserved in pristine condition. Such coins are graded by professionals, and those receiving top grades are incredibly desirable because perfection is rare, even among millions of coins. Next comes the mint mark, a small letter on the coin that tells you where it was made. Coins from Philadelphia typically have no mint mark. Denver coins carry a D, and San Francisco coins usually have an S and are often part of special proof sets. Proof coins are particularly interesting because they are struck with extra care using polished dies, resulting in a mirror-like finish and sharp details. These coins are not meant for circulation and are often collected directly from sets, making them more valuable, especially when kept in perfect condition. Now, here is where things get truly exciting. Errors. Mint errors are like hidden secrets in the world of coins. They occur when something goes wrong during the production process, and instead of being discarded, some of these flawed coins make their way into circulation and into the hands of lucky finders. One of the most sought-after types of errors is the double die error. This happens when the design is imprinted more than once, slightly offset, creating a noticeable doubling effect on the letters, numbers, Or images on the coin. If you ever spot a 2016 dime where the text looks slightly duplicated or blurred in a distinct way, you might be holding something very special. Another valuable error is the off-center strike, where the design is not properly aligned on the coin, leaving part of it blank while the rest is shifted. This kind of mistake is visually striking and highly collectible, especially when the date is still visible. Then there are clipped planchets where a portion of the coin appears to be missing due to a cutting error during the blank creation process. These coins have a unique shape and are instantly recognizable, making them favorites among collectors. There are also die cracks, die chips, and even missing clad layer errors where part of the outer metal layer is absent, revealing a different color underneath. Each of these adds character, uniqueness, and value to the coin. Now picture yourself going through your spare change and suddenly noticing something unusual. Maybe the coin feels lighter, maybe the design looks off, or maybe there is an odd shape that does not match the standard appearance. This moment is what every coin collector dreams of, the moment when ordinary turns into extraordinary. Collectors around the world are constantly searching for these hidden gems, and the thrill of discovery is what keeps the hobby alive and exciting every single day. But let us not forget another crucial factor: rarity. Within condition and error combined, a coin that has both a rare error and is in excellent condition becomes exponentially more valuable because it is not just unique but also well preserved, and that combination is incredibly hard to find. And here is something even more interesting: many valuable coins are discovered by everyday people, not professional collectors, not experts, just regular individuals who decided to take a closer look at their change. This means that anyone, including you, has a chance to find something valuable. So the next time you receive a dime, do not just toss it aside. Take a moment, examine it carefully, look at the date, check for mint marks, inspect the surface for anything unusual, because that small coin might hold a hidden story, a mistake from the mint, a rare variation, or simply a level of perfection that collectors admire. Now let us bring everything together and talk about value, because this is the part everyone is curious about. What is a 2016 one dime actually worth? Most circulated 2016 dimes are only worth their face value of 10 cents because they were produced in large numbers and show signs of wear. However, uncirculated coins in high grades can sell for a few dollars and sometimes more depending on their quality. Proof coins from San Francisco, especially those in perfect condition, can reach higher values as collectors seek flawless examples for their collections. But when it comes to error coins or exceptionally high-grade specimens, the value can rise significantly. Some rare error dimes from 2016 have been sold in auctions for hundreds of dollars, and in exceptional cases even higher depending on the uniqueness and demand. Real market price for a standard circulated 2016 dime is 10 cents. Uncirculated high-grade examples can be worth between $2 and $15 depending on condition.